Hi, I'm Tim, and here we are with the third part of my Home Assistant series, in which we're setting up this, which is the SMLight SLZB MR3, which is their multi-radio combined zigbee and matter over thread coordinator. Now, in this third part of this video, what we're going to be doing is setting up matter over thread, and to be specific, we're going to be integrating the SLZB-MR3 with Home Assistant, and we're also going to be adopting this, which is the Meross MSS315 Smart Plug, which is their matter over thread smart plug. So we'll get right to the video now and hop onto the computer screen behind me and get started. Now you'll see that I've projected my mobile phone to the computer, and what I've done is gone into my Play Store. So I'm using Android. Whether you're using Android or Apple iOS doesn't matter, and we're going to search for Home Assistant, as you'll see on screen. So once you've searched for Home Assistant, you should then see the Home Assistant by Home Assistant. So this is the logo that you're looking for. Just remember not to click on, for example, the sponsored top one zoom in or whatever appears. Just make sure that you get Home Assistant and it has the correct Home Assistant logo against it. So what we're going to do is click on Install, and this is going to install the Home Assistant companion app on your mobile device. As you can see, it's installing it. So we'll just go back to the home screen, and what we'll do is move Home Assistant to the actual main screen here. As you will see, we've now got Home Assistant. So what we're going to do is click on it so that it opens up the app, and then it will say welcome to Home Assistant Companion. So what we'll do is click on continue, and then you'll see it should be able to add an IP address of your Home Assistant server. Now, as you can see, because I've previously had an installation before, it already has the IP address for Home Assistant there. But if you haven't, then what you should do is enter address manually by clicking the button, enter your IP address. So it will be in the form of http:// and then the IP address. So for example, and then remember to enter another colon and then the port number for Home Assistant, which is by default 8123. So once you've entered that, you can then click on connect, and then it will bring you to the welcome home. So what you need to do is enter a username. So this will be your default username that you enter for Home Assistant. So in my case, it's that, and then enter the usual password that you use to access Home Assistant with. And once you've entered the password, you can then click on the arrow button, and then you will see it's saying connect to Home Assistant with the device name. Now it's saying enable local tracking. So enabling this sensor will allow Home Assistant application to track your location and report it back. So you can leave that as disabled. So click continue, then click on continue, and then select don't allow. If you want to enable notifications in future, you can change this. So click continue. Then you'll see it should load up your Home Assistant homepage, which it has done here. So what we'll do is it's saying your dashboard was updated, refresh. So you can see we've got the inner SB242, which is the device that we added in the previous episode. So episode 2, part 2 of this series, where we added the inner SB242 Zigbee Smart Plug and set up Zigbee Home Automation. So if you haven't seen that episode, then you might want to have a look at that and follow along before continuing on with this episode. Now what we're going to do is in the top left corner, we're going to select 3 horizontal lines icon. So this icon here. Then what we're going to do is go into settings, then scroll down, and you will see a menu option for companion app. Now all the other menu options look the same as if you're logging into Home Assistant locally from a computer. However, now that we've got it on the app on our smartphone device, we have the companion app menu. So select this companion app menu. Once you've opened the companion app, you'll see you've got use assist from anywhere. So just close this pop-up window by clicking X and click X for enable notifications. Then what we're going to do is select home. So it should say home and then your mobile device name. So in this case it's RMX3241. So what we're going to do is select home. Then you'll see we've got the server name as home and we've got the device name. And you'll also see that we've got the URL. So what we're going to do is we're going to select home network, and then it's saying Home Assistant needs additional access to read Wi-Fi information. So what we'll do is select allow, and then with the location access option that appears, select yes, and then what you need to do is select while using the app. Then you'll get the location permission window appeared. So what you need to do is select allow all the time and then go back, and then it will say Wi-Fi network connected, and it's saying add GWN 7665A or the name of your Wi-Fi network. So make sure that it's saying add and then the name of your Wi-Fi network here. Just select the Wi-Fi network you want to connect it to and then go back. And then what we're going to do is in the internal connection URL, we're going to click this and then we're going to paste in or type in the HTTP, the IP address and the port number for Home Assistant again. So in this case you'll see it's in the background here. So what I'll do is just type it in and then the colon and then the port number and click OK. And you'll now see for the internal connection URL, we've got exactly the same URL as Home Assistant URL here. And now what we're going to do is go back. So click the back button at the bottom of the screen to the main dashboard. So we're back at the dashboard on the companion app on your mobile device. So once you've done that, the best thing to do is go back to Home Assistant on your PC. So here we are back at the PC with Home Assistant and the dashboard. Now the reason I'm saying to do this part on the PC is because the screen is a lot bigger and it's just easier to view the options and configure it via the PC and then go back to the smartphone when we're ready to add the device. So once you're back at the Home Assistant dashboard, so the overview option, what we need to do is in the settings option, select this, and then what we're going to do is select add-ons from the menu. And then what we're going to do is select add-on store button at the bottom right. Then in the search bar at the top, we're going to type in Matter, and you should then see that the search results bring up Matter Server. So select Matter Server. Then what we're going to do is click on Install and wait for the Matter Server to install itself. Now once it's installed, you should then get the following screen like this. Now for the Start on Boot option, that should be enabled by default. So what you need to do is just enable Watchdog. For auto update, leave that disabled, and for show in sidebar, you need to enable that option. So once you've ticked that option to enable show in sidebar, you will now see that we've got Matter Server appeared at the left side menu here. So once you've done those selections, like I've just mentioned, click on Start. There's no configuration to do with this option. So all you need to do is just start it. Once it's started, you will see add-on CPU usage and add-on RAM with the green bars against them. So now what we're going to do is install the OpenThread border router. So to do this, click the back arrow once here at the top. Then in the search bar, we're going to type in open and then start to type thread, and you should then see OpenThread border router appear. So click on this, and then what we're going to do is select install and just wait for it to install, and then you will see we've got the similar options. For example, Start on Boot, which is enabled. Watchdog, you need to enable this. Auto update should be disabled. So once you've selected those options, so Start on Boot enabled, Watchdog enabled, Auto Update disabled. At the top, select Configuration. Then what you need to do is select one of the device TTYs. So it doesn't matter which one you select, but just make a note somewhere that you've selected, for example, device TTY S0. So once you've selected one of the device TTYs, just confirm that the baud rate is set to 460-800. So as you can see, by default it is set to 460-800. So leave that as it is. Then what we're going to do for hardware flow control, we're going to disable this. So disable that, and then for automatic flash firmware, disable that, and then scroll down to the option which says show unused optional configuration options. So you need to enable this. Then in the network device line here, just under hardware flow control, what you need to do is type in the IP address for your SMLight SLZB MR3. So for example, if we go back to that screen, you will see that we've got the IP address here, 192.168.3.77. Of course, your IP address will be different, but just either copy and paste or make a note of that. Then go back to Home Assistant, and in the network device line, type in or paste the IP address. Then after the IP address, enter a colon, and then what you need to do is enter the port number 6638. Now the port number should be the same for you as it is for me, so it's 6638. Then what we're going to do is scroll down, and you should see the save button. So click on save, then scroll back to the top and then select info, and then what we're going to do is click on the start button to start the open thread border router. So once you've clicked start, it should then say add-on CPU usage, and also it might or might not say add-on RAM usage. So now here you can see it's saying 0.1%. So now what we're going to do is go back with the arrow and back again, and then select settings, and then select devices and services. You should then see that we've got Matter in the discovered devices. So what you need to do is click on add for Matter, and then wait for it to add, and it should say set up the Matter integration with the Matter server add-on. Click submit, and it should then say success created configuration for Matter. So click finish, then it will take you into the Matter screen. So what we're then going to do is click the back arrow, and then you will see we've got thread appeared. So click on add for thread, and it will say do you want to start setup. So click on submit, and it's saying created configuration for thread. Just click finish. Then go back with the arrow, and then you should now see that Matter and thread have both disappeared from the discovered section here, and they're now listed in the configured section here. So you should have thread, which is here, and we should have Matter, which is also here. So make sure that they're in the configured section. So now what we're going to do is switch back to the Home Assistant Companion app. So here you'll now see that I've got the Home Assistant Companion app opened on my mobile phone. And what we're going to do is select the three horizontal lines. Then we're going to go to settings. Then what we're going to do is scroll down to Companion app and select this option. Then what we're going to do is scroll down to right near the bottom, where you should see a section called Need Help. So in this section, you should see documentation and troubleshooting. So what we're going to do is select troubleshooting, and then with the second menu that appears with show and share logs, location tracking, web view and sync thread credentials, what you need to do is select sync thread credentials, and it will say syncing. Then just wait a few moments and it should pop up with a second message after syncing. And you'll now see that we've got sync thread credentials with a green tick. Home Assistant and this device use the same network. So what we're going to do is click OK. So just exit the Home Assistant Companion app by closing the app, however you do it on your mobile device that is, and it should then take you back to your mobile phone device screen with your apps. So as you can see, I've already installed the Meross app. Now what we're going to be doing is adding a Meross Smart Plug to this. So what we'll do is open up the Meross app. So you should just download it from your usual app or Play Store. So once you've installed and opened the Meross app, you should then create a user account, which is free. So you have to create a user account initially to be able to add the devices via the Meross app, and then what we're going to do is add them and push them across into Home Assistant. So then you won't need to use the Meross app, but I would recommend leaving the devices in the Meross app and leaving the Meross app installed for future adding of additional devices. So once you've opened up the Meross app, you'll see that we've already got a smart plug in there from before. So what we're going to do is click on the plus button to add the device. And then what you need to do is enable Bluetooth. So make sure that Bluetooth is enabled. So as you can see, I've enabled Bluetooth now, and it's saying grant access to nearby devices. So we'll click OK. Then what we're going to do is power on the Meross Matter Smart Plug. And then you will see we get an option, allow Meross to find. So click allow. Then what we're going to do is click on Smart Plug. Because we're adding a Meross Smart Plug, we're going to select the model number, which is MSS315. Then select next as we plugged it in. Then the light is blinking. Then select next, and then select next, and then select add to Meross. Do not select works with Google, works with Alexa. Just select add to Meross. And then it's asking us to scan the QR code. So what we'll do is click open the camera, open up the QR code, and then scan it. As you will see, it has done. So now it's saying getting ready for setup. So we'll say I'm ready, and it's now connecting to device. So we'll just wait for it to connect to the device, generating Matter credentials, checking network connectivity. So we'll just be patient and wait for this to connect, which does take a couple of minutes. Connecting device to Meross, and as you can see, we've now got device connected. So what we'll do is click done, and then it's saying almost done. Congratulations, your smart plug is successfully installed. So we'll click done. Then what we need to do is click not now, and you will now see that it's taken us back to the home, and we've got the smart plug added. So you'll see that the buttons are now blue. So for example, we can power it off, power it on, and that confirms that it's working successfully. So now what we need to do is add the Meross plug into Home Assistant. What we need to do is click on it. So select smart plug. Do not click on the button, otherwise it will just power cycle the smart plug. So what we need to do is click on smart plug. Then in the top right, click on the 3 horizontal bars. Then what we're going to do is scroll down to linked services and select linked services. Then what we're going to do is select link new service, and then select share with pairing code. This will then generate a code. So what we need to do is copy this code, and then what we're going to do is go back into Home Assistant. So Home Assistant on the computer, that is, or the app, whichever. So once you're back in Home Assistant, what we're going to do is select Matter Server from the left side. Then we're going to select Commission Node. Then we're going to select Commission Existing Device. And then we're going to paste in the code that we've just copied from the Meross app and click on Commission. Now this should then automatically add our Meross smart plug to our Home Assistant server. So you'll now see that we've got Commission Node and with the spinning circle. So we just have to wait for it to add it. Now sometimes it will fail. If it does, then I'll show you what to do. So we'll just wait for this Commission Node screen to change. Now it can take up to 5 minutes. Now if it does take up to 5 minutes or longer, then it will time out and you have to redo it again. And you can see we've got an error commissioning node. So what that means is that it's failed. So what we'll do is quickly go back into the app, click on link new service, share with pairing code. So we'll just generate a new code, paste in this new sharing code and click commission. And then what we'll do is just wait for this to commission the node again, and hopefully this time it should add the device into Home Assistant. And you will now see that it's successfully closed the commission node window and we've now in endpoints got some devices. So here we've got the device type, on-off plug in unit, and electrical sensor. Now, just to confirm, the endpoint 1 and 2 are both the same device, and also is endpoint 0. So endpoint 0, 1 and 2 are all the same device, and it's all the smart plug. So this confirms that it's now successfully added the Meross MSS315 Smart Plug, which is our Matter over Thread Smart Plug into Home Assistant. So that's it. Hope you've found this video useful, although it's a bit time consuming to add Matter over Thread devices. I feel this is probably the way forward, as that's the way devices seem to be going across from Zigbee to Matter over Thread. And hopefully as we progress further, Matter over Thread devices will improve, and hopefully they'll make them easier to integrate into Home Assistant, and hopefully remove some of the steps so that makes it a lot easier, and also so that you don't have to add them into the manufacturer's app before integrating into Home Assistant. I must say that I've tried a few different smart plug brands, and this is one of the only ones that I could get to adopt into Home Assistant. Now, I've tried Eve ones and I couldn't get those to work, so I just gave up and ended up buying this, and this is in fact the cheaper one compared with the Eve one. Now, if you're thinking of moving over to Matter over Thread, then personally at the moment I think Zigbee is still the way to go. But as these Matter over Thread devices get more and more popular and they develop and improve, then I think that would be the way to go. But personally, at the moment, I'm finding Zigbee devices okay. So that'll do it for this video, but hope you've been able to easily follow it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon with more videos. So bye for now.